Hi, this is Ron and welcome back to my workbench. I'm calling this episode 7 3/16. I want to start out by saying two things. First, I am sorry for the brevity of this episode. It's been a tough 2 weeks and really haven't had a lot of time. And next week's episode will be episode 8. It's a Miracle, and that will post next Friday afternoon. So this week I'm going to pick up where we left off last week. One of the main questions I received from last week's video was, where's the finished product? Well, here you go. Overall, the texture came out very nicely. However, the color was much darker than the concrete I was going for, but it did make a perfect match for stucco. Now, the technique I'm going to call a success, but the base was not. If you look at the pictures that I'm showing you now, the gaps that were created by where I joined the pieces of styrene became very highlighted by the texture. I could have overcome this by doing a second coating, but I wanted to show you the bad along with the good. You know, not all of our modeling attempts are winners. We all have some stinkers that end up either in the trash can or hidden behind some well-placed bushes or trees. As you can see in these shots, the joints were very evident and some were downright ugly. But all was not lost. I decided that since this was not going to earn a place on the layout, I would use this as an opportunity to test out some weathering techniques on this texture. Techniques I tried were dry brushing with acrylics. I tested the waterproof stability. I tried acrylic paints thinned out with 70% alcohol instead of water. I sprayed it with dull coat, and I used some pastel chalks. The results, well, look for yourself. Despite the claims on the packaging, the water putty itself was not waterproof after it cured, and the acrylic paints thinned with the alcohol managed to strip the texture completely off in one area. Now, I'm going to attribute that to the fact that the water putty was mixed with the paint and not water. The dull coat, as you can see, followed by the weathering chalks, worked very well. I do want to address one other question that was brought up. Why not just spray it with texture paint? My answer, where's the fun in that? The more techniques you try and master, the more knowledge you gain, and the better modeler you become. This is an old technique and was used way before texture paints were made available. And as I like to say, no guts, no glory. As Emil Faber famously said, knowledge is good. So what are our takeaways? Changes I would make, I would change the brush that I used. I'd still use a stiff nylon bristle brush, but I would actually cut the brush down so that the bristles are about 1/4 inch long. This would stop the bristles from flaring out to the sides and probably give you a little more control over the pattern that results in the texture once the mixture dries. Definitely change the colors and go a shade lighter than what you want your final product to look like. So the technique works, and it's another tool in the workbench. On that, I'm going to say thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I upload a video. And if you like what you're seeing here, please hit the thumbs up button. If you have any questions or comments, please list them in the comment section below this video. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week with episode 8, It's a Miracle.